Hello everyone. In this session, we look on cam designs with specific contour. So there are two types of such cams. One is tangent cam and another one is circular cam. So here you can see the simple animation. So here this is a tangent cam. So this is nothing but the profile of the cam is predefined. So how it is defined means there are two circles. So like this. So this is one circle and this is another circle. So these circles will be joined by a tangential line. So this is the profile of the cam. So based on this profile of cam we can design. So this is the dimension. So dimensions are fixed. So here the important dimensions are, so this one, so this is cam profile. Actually this is base circle and this is distance between. So base circle is R1 and this is distance between centers of the two circles. So the top one is the smallest radius is called nose radius, and this is distance between the center, and this is flag. So usually tangent cam will be used by only roller follower. Why? Because this is a straight line. It is not advisable to use any other follower than roller follower. So roller follower will be used in tangent cam. So these are all the sum of the dimensions. So R2 is the roller radius, R1 is the base circle radius, and R3 and then capital small r. So that is distance between two centers, and L is nothing but the nose radius plus roller radius. So these data are used to determine the dimensions. Okay, so these are all the some formula which reflects the displacement, velocity and acceleration of that follower. When the roller is in straight planks, we have to use these formulas. At the same time, when the roller is in nose, we have to use these formulas. Okay, so now this one is the second type, circular arc cam. So circular arc cam will be usually followed by a flat faced follower. So this is the geometry of the circular arc follower. So here the difference between the tangent cam and circular arc cam is, instead of having tangential line, straight line here, it will be having a convex curves. So here base circle radius, nose radius, and base circle and nose radius will be joined by a convex curves. So here one convex curve and here another convex curve of symmetrical. So if we divide these two, this will be symmetrical. Both tangent cam and circular arc cam are symmetrical cams. Now usually it will be followed with a flat face follower. So here also the equation represents displacement, velocity and acceleration when flat face follower is in circular arc. So these equations x, v and a. And here if it is at nose, so these equations represents displacement, velocity and acceleration when flat face is in nose. So now we will go with a very simple problem. So here this is the problem. So in a symmetrical tangent cam operating a roller follower, the least radius of cam is 30 mm. So that is base circle radius, and the roller radius is 17.5 mm. The angle of ascent is 75 degree. So there is nothing but angle turned by the cam for the full height rise. So during the rise period, what is the angle of turning by cam? That is angle of ascent. And total lift is 17.5 mm. So that is total height raised by the follower. So that is total lift, that is 17.5 mm. The speed of the cam is 600 rpm. So we need to calculate the principal dimensions of the cam. So that means we have only these data. So base circle radius R1, so and roller radius. So we need to determine the remaining data. That means R and L and R3. So nose radius, distance between the centers, and then this R3. So R3 is nose radius and R is distance between the centers. That's the two data we need to determine. So once if we determine this data, from that we can construct the cam profile very easily. So now here given R1, that is base circle radius or least radius, that is given as 30 mm, and R2 is roller radius, that is given as 17.5 mm, and lift is also 17.5 mm. So here alpha is nothing but angle of ascent, so angle turned by the cam. So now from this geometry we can identify, so this is the starting point where it leaves the base circle radius and starts with a straight flag. So now this line represents that, and this is in the tangent part, in the straight line the roller is in this position, and now this is the roller when roller is in nose. So from this geometry we can identify one thing. So here R plus R3 this length, so from O to K R and K to H, R3. So R plus R3, that and that will be equal to R1. R1 is base circle radius plus lift, so total lift. So from the geometry we can equate like this. So R plus R3, that length and base circle radius plus lift, that will be equal. So R plus R3 equal to R1 plus total lift. So since we know the data of R1 30 plus lift 17.5, we can equate R plus R3 as this value, and we can put R as 47.5 minus R3. Now from this geometry here, OE is the length split. We can split the OE as OP plus PE. So now this forms a right angle triangle. So from this OE is nothing but this length. So this length will be equal to OP plus PE. So now we can replace PE. So OE equal to OP plus PE, or we can replace OE as R1. So since this is also base circle radius, OE can be replaced as R1 and PE can be replaced as R3. So now if I join line like this, so from this point kg, that is equal to nose radius. So therefore PE is also equal to kg is also equal to R3. So we can write R1 as OP plus R3. So therefore OP equal to R1 minus R3. Since we know R1, so this will be equal to 30 minus R3. Now come to this triangle OPK. So from this forms a right angle triangle. So from this we can apply cos function. We can get OP as OK into cos alpha, where alpha is 75 degree. So this angle is 75 degree. So therefore from this data we can replace OK as OP as OK cos alpha. So we know OP equal to 30 minus R3. So therefore 30 minus R3 equal to OK. Since OK is nothing but small r, that is equal to 47.5 minus R3, we replace OK as 47.5 minus R3 into cos 75. From this we can get the data of R3. So if we simplify that, we can get R3. So that is nothing but nose radius. So R3 will be equal to 23.88 mm. So from this R3 we can get the value of R. So since R equal to 47.5 minus R3, we get 47.5 minus R3, will be getting 23.62. So therefore the distance between the centers R is 23.62 and the nose radius is R3 is 23.88. So this gets the principal dimensions of the cam. So by this way we have to design the cam profile, not by construction. So by using geometry and trigonometrical application, we can determine the dimensions of the cam in cam designs with specific contours. So similarly circular arc cam also, we have to use the geometry of the cam and applying some trigonometric function to determine the dimensions of the cam. Thank you. If you have any doubts, you put on the comments. If you like this video, like, comment and subscribe. Thank you.